and welcome to the Onward and Upward journey with the Firefly Circle. The Onward and Upward is a philosophy carved from a passion of understanding businesses, markets, people, products, and tools, and it's a way of building perception through insights, ideas, stories, and thoughts from different experts in the areas of sales, marketing, product engineering, and growth hacking. A first in the series of Onward and Upward, powered by the Firefly Circle, we're joining hands with the pioneers and the evangelists and the authors of the Growth Hacking Book 2, bringing out a series of thought leadership based discussions which will cover the essence of each of the chapters contributed by the authors. Our guest for today, he's a Superman content writer. He's an expert at copywriting, content writing, blogging, content strategy, and brand marketing. Please join me in welcoming Hardik Lashkari. Hardik, hi and welcome to the Firefly Circle.
Hi, Kushagar. Happy to be here and so excited to be doing this conversation with you today.
Yeah. So content writing is actually one of my favorites, topics. I'm a marketer myself, and I always believe in the philosophy of content being the king, and you will never, sort of deny that. So you are a sort of an accomplished copy and content writer. So we'll be really interested in knowing, how did this, come through? What were the triggers? What really inspired you into, getting into content writing and copywriting, and how has the journey been so far?
Great. Okay. So, in a nutshell, I always define my journey as a journey full of failures, a journey full of mistakes that I committed in my life. And that actually brought me where I am right now.
Hmm.
So, I always tell people whenever someone asks me my success story, I rather tell them my failure story because my failure is derived by the successes that I am having right now. So, it all starts from you have to actually imagine a person who was in his 10th standard studying science and maths in school and maybe aspiring to become a cricketer, which
Hmm.
every other person does in this country, where cricket is considered a religion.
Yeah.
But then I never wanted to go into science. My father wanted to make me an engineer, but I was not happy with it. So the best part to actually not go in engineering was to score less than 60 marks in science.
Hmm.
So school would not give me science subject in 11th standard. That was the first line I had in mind. I scored 46 marks in science subject, and that's how I escaped the first big thing of my life. It was
Hmm.
actually a failure, a success disguised as a failure for me.
Yeah.
So that's how it all started. I took up commerce in 11th standard and I wanted to be the first chartered accountant of my family.
Hmm.
So since I come from this kind of traditional community where numbers are the biggest thing you love, so naturally numbers were something that were very naturally inculcated in me.
Hmm.
There comes college, and I realized that okay, even CA is not something I want to do in my life. I do not want to sit into that cubicle for the rest of my life and just play around with spreadsheets or do those number crunching, etc. What to do, what not to do, that was the next question.
Hmm.
That actually brought me to the world of writing, because as they say, writing relieves you.
Yeah.
There are two kind of writings. One that you do for your brands, for businesses, that what I'm currently doing. But naturally it all started from being myself, sharing my pains, sharing my happiness with people. That's how writing came to me. And then gradually I became a content writer, a copywriter, and today I help brands in so I help brands in, like, I help companies in becoming online brands.
Hmm.
I become their voice, so they can actually advertise, they can actually market their products and services to their clients. So that's what I do in a nutshell.
Fantastic. What a journey. Amazing. Very inspiring to say the least. So, yeah, kudos. So, you also sort of build, personal brand eminence. You did actually touch upon this aspect, right? And, create leadership based content. So, what are the sort of key ingredients which, go into making these kind of content viral?
See, the first and foremost thing has to be, you have to be yourself. Now what happens whenever you're building a personal brand, people always think that okay, this is what ideally should be there. There is nothing called as ideal that exists in the world of personal branding. You have to be natural. You don't have to fabricate your personality even a bit, and you have to speak to people like how you would say. For example, if I'm meeting you in real life, vis-a-vis I'm meeting you in a virtual world, I should be same at both the places.
Yeah.
You should not feel like Hardik is very different in the virtual world and he is extremely different in the real world. If it ever happens, you will never build a sustainable personal brand. So the first and the most important element has to be that you have to be yourself, and then you have to create content around it.
Yeah.
So I always create content around what I feel is really good for me and how do I behave with people. I never try to create those idealistic situations or hypothetical situations where people think of me as something else, because then the entire effort that you are making in building your personal brand go into vain. So I would always suggest that be yourself, and as long as you're yourself, then things will come very naturally to you.
I think that's a very profound advice. Fantastic. So now, what would be your three takeaways in the line of work that you do? What really keeps you going?
What keeps me going? One, that whatever I write, it actually impacts people. That's the most beautiful thing in this world, that
Yeah.
whatever you're doing is actually impacting someone's life.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to do with numbers as such, because sometimes people say that you impact people's life only when you're hitting a million people. No, I don't agree with it.
Mhm.
Even if you're impacting just 50 people or even 10 people also, as long as you're impacting them, you are persuading them to do something, you
Mhm.
should feel satisfied, like you should feel a level of satisfaction into it. So that's
Yeah.
the first key takeaway for me, where when I write, I impact people. The second key takeaway for me from what do I do, writing or copywriting, whatever I'm currently doing, is it helps businesses grow. So again, people always say that content can only help you build brand awareness, it cannot help a company grow. I don't agree with them. If you're writing good content, if you're marketing it equally well, then it helps a company growing. So just seeing that particular thing where a company grows because you have created a piece of content for them is really a very nice feeling to have.
Yeah.
Third, uh, the biggest key takeaway for me why I keep going is I actually become a voice for people and brands who cannot speak themselves. So
Mhm.
there are a lot of things that are going on in the market, that are going on in the industry, and people need to put their thoughts on these things, but they cannot do. Probably they are fearful, probably they have certain stereotypes or certain misconceptions in their mind. I am becoming a voice to them. I am actually raising my voice. So these
Mhm.
three things really help me go whenever I'm down and dusted.
Fantastic. Now, if I were to become content marketeer, right, and I'm really, passionate about it, so what would be the skill set that I would actually sort of need to be a content marketeer?
First, the psychology.
Yeah.
I always tell people that content and marketing is more about psychology. Yes, there are some set of rules that you have to follow, but as long as you can understand your customers' minds and also your customers' mind.
Hmm.
Now, understand it like this: if I'm writing content for a brand, I need to know their mindset also, and I need to know the mindset of people who are going to buy from these companies.
Hmm.
So psychology is the most important skill set that you have. Of course, there you should be good in grammar. You should have very good vocabulary. When I say
Yeah.
very good vocabulary, it doesn't mean there should be a very list of complex words that you have with you, but you should have a very profound vocabulary which you can speak and write wherever you want. That's the
Yeah.
second skill set. The third is to be in the love with numbers. Of course, you are in love with words, but you also have to analyze what you are doing, see if things are going right or wrong. So I believe these are three main skill sets. One, psychology. Second, good command over English or good command over the language where you're creating content. And third, being in love with numbers. We differentiate achievers from dreamers. That's what I believe.
Interestingly, the numbers part, right? That is very interesting. I never really thought about that. So, a nice way of bringing that into perspective. Very nicely done. Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, going ahead, and we are here to talk about the growth hacking book too, right? And you are one of the co-authors in the book, and you've contributed to the book as one of the chapters to the book rather. So, what is the essence of the chapter that you've actually sort of written? So, and what are the key takeaways or the benefit that I would actually, as a reader, get out of your chapter?
So my chapter is actually on storytelling and conversational content.
Wow.
Now in today's world, storytelling is
Yeah.
no longer a luxury. It is
Yeah.
kind of a necessity for people to have,
Yeah.
because human minds, as they say, are wired to stories.
Yeah.
Our emotions get ignited by listening to those stories. So
Yeah.
I have actually tried to help people understand that whereas stories are important in day-to-day life also,
Hmm.
when a brand inculcates it or when a content marketer inculcates it, how they can actually notch up their content marketing strategy too. So
Yep.
that is the key essence of the chapter that I am writing. And I'm giving some important tips on how you can create stories. Because again, what happens, many a times people feel like that, okay, as soon as I introduce a fictional character, I am good to go with a story, which is not the case. Apart from fictional characters, there are a lot of things that you have to take care of when you're creating stories. So my chapter actually revolves around how to create stories and how
Mhm.
to create very conversational content that anyone and everyone can relate to. So I'm really excited about people reading this chapter.
So am I. I mean, like I said, content marketing and storytelling are my favorite sort of topics. Really, really looking forward to, getting my hands on the book and reading your chapter. Amazing. So, what's next with Hardik? From a future standpoint, what can we expect from him?
Stories. I am all about stories. So even recently I started with a hashtag, why not Storyfy on LinkedIn,
I, I
where I tell
I I saw
people,
that hashtag, by the way. Yeah, very
okay,
interesting.
thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you. So this is the main core of everything also that we do, that
yeah,
we all have stories. Then why shouldn't we weave everything around stories only?
yeah.
So this is what I'm excited to work with people like you who
Mhm.
come as industry leaders and 100 plus other people who are coming together for growth hacking book.
Yeah,
So it is altogether a different feeling to work with these kind of people who are market leaders themselves, and
yeah.
you get to learn a lot of things. So yeah, I'm really excited about the space I am into right now.
Fantastic. So, a last couple of things. One success mantra that you actually, believe in and you live by.
Fail. As I mentioned in the starting also,
Yeah.
you have to fail. Without failing, you cannot learn. So don't
Mhm.
be ever afraid to fail. Don't be ever afraid to experiment. Don't be ever to even commit blunders also.
Mhm.
Things might go well, things might go wrong. But
Yeah.
at the end, you will either learn or you will succeed. So that is the mantra I live by.
Fantastic. One final one, if you can actually, go out there and shout out to the audience to, grab their hands on the book, that would be great.
Perfect. So all I can say is, as I mentioned, understand it like this: that we are writing kind of a Bhagavad Gita or a Bible for the content and the
Mhm.
marketing people, because 100 plus people from 20-25 countries coming together on one platform to share their experiences. So I do
Mhm.
not say that, okay, there are books where people actually share their tips and tricks, but here we are actually sharing a synopsis of the experiences that we have. So
Yeah.
there are people who might have an experience of 15 years. There are people who might have an experience of even 20-25 years also, who are working with some of the most reputed brands of the world. They are coming together and sharing their expertise. What can you more ask for? So that's the best thing I can tell about this book.
Absolutely. And, really looking forward to, getting this book out there and, grabbing my hands on this. So, look, Hardik, thank you so much for being a part of the Firefly Circle and sharing some great insights and best practices, which I'm sure will help many to go onward and upward. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much for you to inviting me. And yeah, it was lovely talking to you and sharing my insights.
Thank you.